Hi, Jewish Mom. Happy Hanukkah. So I want to tell you about a bit of a crazy morning that I had. So last night, I went to sleep late, about an hour later than I'd like to get to bed. But I thought to myself, okay, tomorrow morning, when I get home from dropping everyone off where they have to go, then I'm going to go to sleep for an hour. So what happened? So I woke up as usual early to get everyone ready to go to Gan and school and stuff. And then about 2 hours later, around 9, then I dropped everyone off and gotten everyone where they need to go. I thought, good. Lay down on the sofa. I thought, good, now I'm lying down for a whole hour. I'm really, really tired. Um, and um, and then about 5 minutes later, the phone rang. And it was my daughter's music teacher. It turned out that my sixth grader, Moria, had forgotten that today she has to perform in her school playing her clarinet. In fact, not only does she have one performance, she's supposed to have three different performances for different groups of classes in honor of Hanukkah. So she said, your daughter's performing in 20 minutes. Could you please bring the clarinet? And I said, that's not going to be so easy for me. How important is this? And she said, it's very important. She's like one of our main players for three concerts. So I called a taxi, got in a taxi, took my daughter's clarinet, um, and then had to take then whatever, did like a round trip, came back, and I was like, great. And then like I lay down. I said, great. Now, looked at my watch. Now I'm going to lie down for an hour. I'm even more tired than I was before. And then I lay down literally for about a minute, and the phone rang. It was my daughter. It was Yonatan, my 2-year-old. It was his Ganenet, his teacher, calling me and reminding me that, she was saying, where are you? We're having the birthday party now. So basically, Yonatan's birthday is today. I'm sorry, not his actual birthday. His actual birthday was a week ago. Actually, his bris was today, the first day of Hanukkah. But so his birthday party in Gan was today. And many Gans, and the mother doesn't come, but I guess this specific Gan, the mother actually attends the birthday party with the child, and a possibility that had not even occurred to me. She said, where are you? We're waiting for you. We've been waiting for you for a while. So I said, great, okay, I'm coming right over. So I ran over. That was about another 45 minutes. So basically, by the time I got back, it was about 10:30 in the morning. So I lay down and fell asleep until 11 in the morning, which meant that Sundays, which is today, Sunday's my big shopping day. Usually I spend about 2 hours on Sunday morning shopping for the week and doing, especially before Hanukkah, I had a lot of things I wanted to get, and a lot of shopping I need to do. But so it wasn't going to happen. So I just kind of decided, okay, like I guess I'll go shopping tomorrow morning, whatever. Um, but um, but I just wanted to say, like throughout this whole thing, I mean, it was somewhat frustrating, but not nearly as frustrating as maybe it once would have been for me. Being a mother for as long as I've been has taught me that really we don't have any choice but just to kind of accept changes of plan, accept frustrating situations. It's just like kind of part and parcel of being a mom. Many years ago, I read something by a parenting expert named Miriam Levy, and she mentioned something that I've mentioned in the past called the frustration index. And she said many times when something frustrating happens, right? Like your daughter forgets the clarinet, and instead of your morning nap, you have to go and schlep and bring her the clarinet at school. When frustrating things happen, then we can say to ourselves, "I can't stand this." But Miriam Levy pointed out, she said, "You actually can. You might say to yourself, I can't stand this. I can't stand the children are driving me crazy. I can't stand it." And she says, well, you actually can. You can stand it. It's really your choice whether to get frustrated or not. It's really, really your choice. You could really, really keep your cool and not get frustrated. So this morning, I guess it was an exercise in that, and I have many opportunities as a mother to work on this muscle of not getting frustrated and not getting upset. For example, on Friday, we had just swept and washed the floor, and then my son, my 4-year-old, I gave him a bowl of rice, and he dropped it all over the newly washed and cleaned floor. And then a few hours later, the same thing happened. A guest was at our house, and while they were helping us out, they dropped a whole bunch of rice on the floor that again cleaned and washed floor. And so, but like, it's really like, as I said, like, this is just part of life, and especially part of motherhood is just learning to just roll with that. And as you say in Hebrew, to this roam, to just flow with it and go with it and just accept and not get upset. Um, so, this year, as part of Rabbi Niven's course, one of the center of the year is what he calls the Elul plan. One of the most important things we do all year in the course is develop something called an Elul plan, which means that every Elul, what Elul he calls an International Deep Thinking Month, that we have tremendous potential to contemplate and to think about our lives. And so this past Elul, so I was thinking about challenges which I have faced in my life, and those of you who have been following this blog for a while, you have accompanied me through some of my more difficult challenges. Thank you very much for being there and for suffering along with me and helping me out. And so. But so this past Elul, for whatever reason, I was kind of thinking back on these challenges, and I kind of was feeling kind of resentful about them. Just thinking like, why have I had to go through these things? Why have I had to do that? Like I've had to go through these challenges, and why? Why did Hashem do that to me? Why did Hashem put me and my family members through the things that we've had to the things that we've had to go through, and which relatively, I'm sure, might be relatively minor in relative to what some other people do, relative to what some other people have had to go through. But for us, it felt pretty huge. And so I then I had a realization this past Elul, and I wrote it down. And now I read it several times a week. It gives me a lot of encouragement. It says, so I wrote to myself, within all life situations, the ones that feel good and the ones that feel bad, there are great opportunities for closeness to Hashem, taking my next step in Avodat Hashem, and personal growth. Meaning, within all life situations, the ones that feel good and the ones that feel bad, like the things that are pleasant and the things that are difficult, there are great opportunities for closeness to Hashem, for feeling close to Hashem, taking my next step in serving Hashem, and personal growth. And this really helped me. This formulation really helped me to understand, because I was kind of thinking, we have good experiences, and I've had such bad experiences. But when you think of when you see the opportunities within every quote unquote bad situation, when you feel like, okay, everything is from Hashem and everything is a gift from Hashem, then it really, like this kind of dichotomy which we have between the good experiences and the bad experiences, it actually kind of feels, in a way, kind of like a false dichotomy. Like every single situation that we have in life provides opportunities, and every single situation that we have, it has its own gifts within it. I just was I was speaking with someone about post-trauma. We've all heard of post-traumatic stress, but also there's something that psychologists refer to as post-traumatic growth, so like that there's gifts within every situation, the good and the bad. It's all everything that there's a reason why God gives us every single thing that we have to go through. Last night, I went to a really powerful performance by Sarah and Eliezer Rosenfeld. Eliezer Rosenfeld, he's quite a well-known musician in Israel, so they've been in the news over recent years because Eliezer Rosenfeld, he lost his brother and his son during their service, military service in the IDF. And then last year, another son, a second son, was murdered by terrorists when he was on his way back from a basketball game. So basically so Eliezer Rosenfeld and his wife Sarah, they're going now on a tour of Israel talking about their experiences. It was very, very moving. And so at the very end, so Eliezer Rosenfeld, he got up, and he's a really gifted musician, and he performs this song called, it's a famous song called Afilu Bahastara, even within the hiddenness, right? Even within the hiddenness, which is within the hiddenness, also even there, Hashem, may His name be blessed, He is. Within the hiddenness, within the hiddenness that is within the hiddenness, also Hashem Yibrach, you are also there. And even behind the difficult things that are happening to you, I'm standing. Hashem says, I am standing there behind the difficult things that are happening to you. Behind the difficult things that are happening to you, I am standing. And Eliezer Rosenfeld, like after everything he's been through, after losing 2 sons and his brother, to be standing in front of us, and then he sang a song which I wasn't familiar with, about how life is full of chesed, how life is full. Just look around and how life is full so much of God's loving kindness. And it was just mind-blowing. It was really mind-blowing. And I think that like this couple, Sarah and Eliezer Rosenfeld, they just talked about how much they work on feeling joy in their lives. And the mother explained, she said, I think that we, after what we've been through, we feel, we can feel joy and sadness at the same time. That is our lives. And it was really awe-inspiring to see people after what they've been through, that they have worked on themselves to such an extent. And they said they said it's really, really not easy, that it's an ongoing struggle to have faith and to believe that everything is Hashem, and that everything is from Hashem, and that there's a reason for everything. But it really was awe-inspiring. And I think that so in conclusion, like when we, and the daily moments, like the daily frustrations and the daily difficulties that we all face, the unexpected, frustrating moments, we have the choice not to get frustrated. The choice to just decide, okay, just to accept what's happening. And I think, like, also in terms of challenges, the minor life challenges and the more bigger life challenges, and also like the really severe life challenges the Rosenfelds have been through. It really is incredible to see people who somehow can take, not only accept like the daily inconveniences, but the daily challenges, but then to have somehow worked on themselves, to be able to really accept and to live with, and to somehow even grow from the huge challenges. And I think that this is really, this is part of Chanukah. Like, this is the message of Chanukah, like the name Matityahu, like the name of the hero of Chanukah, Matityahu. Matityahu, it's like Matityahu means a gift from God. And this is the essence, we're just learning from Rabbi Niven now, that this is the essence of Chanukah, this name Matityahu, that everything that happens is from God, and accepting and seeing life and seeing reality through Matityahu glasses. So I want to bless all of you Jewish moms with an amazing Hanukkah. I think next week there's not going to be a pep talk, but Bezrat Hashem will be reconvening and being in touch again after Hanukkah. I want to bless all of you Jewish moms with an amazing week.